And hello, everyone. It is time for another episode of Weather University. I am your host, Storm Tracker 8 meteorologist Matt DiNardo. But I'm never alone because I always have my friend and colleague, Jacqueline Waters here. And Jacqueline, before we get going, I want to tell our viewers that are joining us, we are going to answer your questions live about this particular storm. So something coming up here. Obviously, this storm, Jacqueline, we've been looking at it since last week, and it's gotten more trickier over time.
Yes, it has. I mean, you would think the forecast would be more concrete when we get closer to time, but it is still definitely a tricky forecast. I know it was very tricky for me this weekend. Even this morning, we don't have full agreement with those weather models.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting things going on, and we're going to try to break down some of that in terms of the potential for sleet and rain mixing on in. We do not think this is a freezing rain scenario. That's a real specific thing, and we're going to talk about that. I think the first thing we should lead people into is what are we calling for? Because at 9 o'clock, if you missed 8 News at 9, we did make an update to the forecast here. So let me bring that up here, and you can see yesterday, Jacqueline, you and I talked in the morning, and I think during the morning show, you went 3 to 7 for us, and then
3 to 7, yep.
Yeah, and then 7 to 10-ish north or something like that, right? So we're kind of a little bit in that realm. I was a little bit lower this morning, but as new data keeps coming on in, the real concern is that changeover and the time of the changeover.
Yeah, and I mean, these accumulations are really just dependent on when exactly we'll see that transition from snow to sleet and then rain.
And then to rain,
so if we see it earlier, obviously accumulations will be less. If we see it later, accumulations might be on the higher end.
Right. And anything that's north of Ashland, really north of Doswell, we expect to stay as mainly snow. Jane Jeffers asks, schools will look like to be closed tomorrow. How will the roads be for Wednesday morning's commute? So you're 100% right, Jamie, or Janie, I'm sorry. Schools will be closed tomorrow. Roads Wednesday morning are going to vary, and it all depends on where you are. If you're north, snow covered. If you're across Metro Richmond, snow, some sleet, rain, could be pretty slushy. If you're south of Petersburg, they may be bare or wet with some slushy spots. So there could be schools delayed or closed on Wednesday for sure.
And I think it was the first winter storm we had. This storm's different because we're not going to sit below freezing for like 5 days.
Right.
I think it was 4 days in a row we didn't get above freezing, so nothing melted. But we're not expecting as much ice as that storm.
Exactly right. So one of the things I'm going to see if I can do here, Jacqueline, I'm going to see if I could, it never really works the way I wanted to. I wanted to kind of zoom in on this map, but I don't think I really can. I can reposition it around, unfortunately. So if we're looking at areas to the south, and we're looking at Emporia over to South Hill into portions of the Tidewater. We're looking at maybe a dusting to 2 inches, and we do think that change to rain could it happen as early as 2 o'clock. By the way, the start of this, we should talk about that, John. What are we looking at here?
So yesterday I was saying between 8 and 10. Right now we're thinking like 9 to 10 we'll start to see some of those snow flurries. And we all do start off with snow. With
snow, right. That's exactly the key point there. Janie Jeffries, Short Pump, Innsbruck, again, the same type of thing. We're in terms of snowfall and then those wet roads. All right, so 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning, we all begin as snow. We have a couple of hours of snow down south, Greensville County, southern sections of Brunswick County, southern Mecklenburg County, over to the Tidewater. And by 2 o'clock, we think we change over to rain here. We'll show you why. Now we get into the more confusing and more tricky parts of the forecast. Let's just start off from Brunswick County to Petersburg, Dinwiddie County, those areas, that deeper gray, 2 to 4 inches, snow, sleet, and then rain. Take it away, Jacqueline.
Yeah, so I would say, like just how you said, Matt, the white and the gray area is really that area where we're gray. Like I mean, our accumulations can change, but I mean, right now it is looking like, well, the gray area has the less accumulations because it looks like they'll transition over earlier to sleet and then rain, and then that white area, that includes most of the metro area, out towards Farmville, Roanoke, includes most of our viewing area, Hanover, Henrico, up towards portions of the Middle Peninsula, the Northern Neck, and that's that 4 to 7 range, which is a little bit more than the gray area because we'll see that transition a little bit later. So we'll accumulate more snow before things change.
Yeah, and that 4 to 7 area we have there is all of Chesterfield County, all of the city of Richmond, all of Henrico,
Cumberland, Amelia.
Yeah, right.
Goochland.
Powhatan, Goochland, New Kent, Charles City, even into portions of King William, King and Queen, across the Northern Neck and Middle Peninsula. So Joy Belcher asks, Arch Road 4 to 7. Yes, that's Chesterfield County. Again, Edith, you're just joining us. This begins around 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's what we're looking at there. I'm again answering your questions as we're going along here. Jacqueline, then that northern area, we're looking at the pink, and that's really for Doswell. Northern sections of Hanover County, that northwest corner, including Montpelier, Beaver Dam, most of Louisa County, same thing with northwestern Hanover County, Fluvanna, and then you go into Caroline, even Spotsylvania, and western Essex County, west of Tappahannock. It's 7 to 10 inches of snow in that area for you guys. And probably the southern portion of that might see a little mixing of sleet, but really this is mainly going to be snow.
Yeah, and that has been pretty, consistent with each model of run that's come out. So that's why we're more confident on that pink color there, the green color, but the white and the gray is where we keep seeing inconsistency with the models.
And we're going to talk about that in just a second. Heather Larkins asked, when does this end? This first storm that we're talking about here ends probably between 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Excuse me, Wednesday morning. So, and it's going to taper off pretty gradually. So that's some good news. So, yeah. Donna, again, if you're just joining us, Wednesday morning roads, depending on where you are, could be slushy and snow-covered in Metro Richmond and wet south of Petersburg. North, it will be all snow. All right, so let's talk about the problems in the forecast here. And this has to do with the precip types. And Jacqueline, look, if it's all snow, so we have a couple of things that I've put on here, and some of it is going to get a little technical today. So 850 millibars, that is a height of about 5,000 feet. It's usually what we think of the base of the clouds, temperatures below freezing at that point and higher up. So that's where our snow begins to fall. And if it's cold all the way to the ground where we live, it's snow.
Yes.
After
I wore my
that,
snowflake earrings for it.
There you go. Thanks. And by the way, one of our Twitter followers said, "Are we going to blame this snow on you because you wore your snowflake earrings?"
Yeah.
So yeah.
I did want the snow, but
yeah,
I just don't want to cause any problems.
Well, you know it's
with
going
the roads.
to, for sure it will. The next one is the sleet. This is where we're cold at the clouds, but as we go down in toward the ground, it begins to warm up, and sometimes it's cold enough at the ground where that snowflake partially melts and refreezes. You had a great line this morning on Good Morning Richmond because we talked about hearing freezing rain and hearing sleet. And so let's say that again.
Sleet, I forget what I said. Sleet pings, freezing rain clings.
Right. Sleet pings, freezing rain clings. You don't hear freezing rain. It adheres, it clings, versus sleet bounces off and ping, 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 that kind of stuff. So,
and a lot of times you see freezing rain fall, but you don't see freezing rain on the roads because that's black ice.
Right.
A lot of times blending in with the pavement.
Correct. The next thing is rain. Pretty simple. It's cold where the clouds are. It warms as we go down, and the snowflake melts and creates rain. Freezing rain is a little bit different. We're not going to get into that because this system is not going to have freezing rain. So we're going to kind of skip that there. All right, let's talk about this big problem we have here. So we put this together for you, and this is going to get technical.
I love it. Well, us meteorologists love it.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Right. So typically we use temperatures in the Celsius scale, the centigrade scale, because everything we do in weather is metric, and we convert it to Fahrenheit because we're an English system in America. So what we've done is we've done the same thing. We've converted this to English system to make this stand out for you. All right. So at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, the temperatures that are in the white box is what it is at 5,000 feet. The temperatures in the blue box is what you will feel. So low 30s, but it's really cold aloft, which means as snowflakes start to form, because we said beginning around 9 to 10, it's going to continue to fall as snowflakes, right? That's, yes?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, who else are you talking to? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Jackie.
Yes.
Who else am I talking to? All right, so let's go ahead now. You take this next slide, which is pushing ahead to
Okay.
around 2 o'clock.
So, yeah, so now you can see that red color, that red, we call it contour. That is any temperature above freezing, and that's the 850 millibar temps.
Right.
So that's that height at about 5,000. So you can see, looking specifically at Emporia, 33 degrees at about 5,000 feet, 34 degrees at the surface. So that's when we'll start to see that mix in with those southern counties. So you're going to see that warm air continue to push north, and that's basically that transition line.
Right. So when we're seeing it above freezing at 850 and all the way through, this is now no longer snow in Emporia. This is rain. But I think you bring up a good point. The mix-in, if we look at like Wakefield or Petersburg, we're below freezing at the bottom of the cloud, but above freezing a smidge. So we could be looking at some sort of sleet here, possibly mixing at this point. I'm going to push it ahead to about 5 o'clock. And you can certainly see Emporia and all the southern counties now are rain. Right?
Yep. And even like the metro area, we warmed up to the mid 30s.
Right. So, but we're still really cold aloft. So we're still producing snow. The question is, are we starting to see sleet here in Richmond? I think we're certainly seeing sleet in Wakefield, possibly sleet in Farmville, and possibly Petersburg. So we're trying to nudge that warmer air in here. And I think the next, this is great. 7:30 in the evening, Jackie, talk about this.
So this is when, since yesterday, I've been kind of saying I think we're going to see that transition line around 8 p.m. for the metro area, and you could see that warm air is continuing to push, and after we push it through the next slide, you'll see it just goes real fast from here. And really anywhere south of Petersburg, definitely seeing that rain transition in, but also I think the metro area around 7-8 we'll start to see a lot of sleet mixing in and rain.
Sleet and rain, yeah. So I think that's the key here, because you said to push it ahead, so let me do that. And what you'll notice here is, there you go, that red really pushing all the way up into Ashland, into Tappahannock, but notice Caroline County, Louisa County still below freezing, not just here at the clouds, but at the ground as well.
And the temperatures aloft even warmer aloft than at the surface.
Right. So this really bodes to that transitioning happening all the way up into Hanover County and even points to the east. So keep that in mind. And then overnight, see that warm air just stays with us, except for far north and west, and northern and northwest, right? So that's that area. We go back to this, to the map. Actually, we're going to go to the map in a second. So how does this all play out, I guess, is the question, right? So tomorrow morning, even though we're showing green here, this is all going to be blue. This is light snow developing across the region by 10 a.m. That snow will pick up in intensity. Again, the green you're seeing there, still blue. Snow intensifies into the afternoon. But here we are at 2 o'clock. This is the first time we started to see that mix in Emporia and South Hill, and there's the pink there.
Yeah, there's the pink. It lines up exactly with what we're seeing aloft with the temperatures, what we're seeing at the surface, and yeah, we're going to start to see that mix in.
Right. Now, we're still snowing in Richmond. Here we are at 5 o'clock.
Pretty heavy, too.
Very heavy. Now, I do think that at this point, between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m., as you were talking about, we start to see that mix to sleet and over to rain in some areas.
Yeah.
But at this point, we've already gotten quite a bit of snow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then once we start to see sleet and rain mix in, that's going to make the snow slushy.
Yep.
It's going to wipe away a lot of the accumulations, and hopefully the roads will be a lot better on Wednesday.
Hopefully, but I think there's still going to be some issues for sure,
yeah.
right? For sure. And then we get into Tuesday night. We're now over to all rain in Richmond, some sleet mixing into the north, and then even that you start to see the green up to Ashland later in the day. All right, so back to the accumulations. Because of all of this, so when you look at Petersburg, Dinwiddie County, because Anna Scott Pegram is asking how much for Petersburg, Dinwiddie, 2 to 4 inches of snow before you start to see that sleet and then rain take over. And the rain is going to take over quite a bit for you Tuesday evening. Glenn Fowler asks how much for New Kent. You're in the 4 to 7 inch rain, Glenna, before that mixture to sleet, and then also rain. So This is kind of what we're looking at here. And again, as Jacqueline said, Colonial Heights, by the way, 4 to 7, by the way. This is the issue with this changeover. It could, if it happens later, your numbers go a little higher, right? You get closer to the upper end of that range. If it happens earlier, you're in the lower end of that range. This is tough.
It is tough. It's one of the things that I love about being a meteorologist. One of the things I hate.
Yeah.
I was struggling with the forecast yesterday. Maddie D was kind enough to help. And it's hard sometimes.
It's very difficult, because when you have these changeover situations, you just never know how quickly it's going to change over, how slowly. Crystal, you ask about Western Powhatan. You are in the 4 to 7 inch range of snow. Then you're going to get that sleet, and then that rain's going to come into you. So Burkeville, you're Nottoway County. You're in the western part of Nottoway County. You're more in the 4 to 7 inch range versus the eastern part of Nottoway County, which is 2 to 4 inches. So what time will the snow start in Tappahannock? Asked Kimberly Denton. Kimberly, probably in Tappahannock between 11 a.m. and noon, a little bit east of where we are, northeast of where we are. So we got a lot going on here for sure.
We do.
Will the kids go to school on Wednesday? Shar Mitchell, it all depends on where you are. If you're south of Petersburg, I think you are. If you're in Richmond, it's a 50-50 split. If you're north of Ashland, no chance. If you're in Hanover County Schools, no chance. So how much snow from Massanutten? You're in the 7 to 10 range. So let's see what happens there.
Yeah. I'm going snowboarding. I am excited.
So okay, so let's talk about this. So you're going to go snowboarding when? On Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to wait for the system to move out before you drive to allow the roads to improve.
I might drop off my dog to my parents tonight.
Right, good move, right? Get ahead of the storm, yeah, for sure.
Don't be on the roads if you don't have to, especially all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's just going to be a mess.
Yeah, especially, let's say, if the snow begins 9, 10 o'clock, from noon onward, they're going to be pretty slick and snow-covered, right? So it'll be pretty tough there. Vicky Balderson asks about Warsaw. That is in the pink, mainly snow, 7 to 10 inches. Prince George, Teresa Chase, you are in the deeper gray. You're in the 2 to 4 inch. You're going to mix over to sleet earlier and over to rain earlier. So, And yes, Natasha, you are correct. We are not school board officials. We do not make the decisions. We can give you our best guess. Here's the thing. Lately, we've been seeing schools closed because it's too windy, too foggy, or the sun is out. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to close. Doswell. So Doswell North, that's my cutoff line there in the pink, 7 to 10 inches of snow. Wednesday will be a wash also. You bring up an excellent point, Kim. I'm going to bring up the next graphic, which is the 8-day. So tomorrow's a Viper Alert. We'll go back to the snowfall totals in a second. Tomorrow's a Viper Alert day because of this mess coming on in. This departs early Wednesday morning. Probably by the time most of you are waking up, this is winding down, if not over. Wednesday afternoon, evening into Thursday is another system that brings us rain with a mix to the west. And by west, I'm looking at areas like Roanoke, Lynchburg, and the Shenandoah Valley. But even that's going to change over to rain. It's going to be a cold rain Wednesday night, and then over to rain Thursday morning. Friday, Valentine's Day is nice. You got plans Valentine's Day, Jackie?
Snowboarding.
Snowboarding. There you go. Got good plans. Okay. You're coming back Friday evening, right?
Yes.
All right, so you're working Saturday.
Hopefully not on crutches.
Yeah, hopefully not. Thank you, Jackie. Saturday, we have another system coming in with more rain into Sunday. Maybe some late day sun Sunday.
It's just busy.
Right.
All last week we're like, it started with 3 systems. Now it's 4.
Yeah, it's crazy for sure. Jesse Eaton asks, will any of the rain freeze on road days Tuesday night, Wednesday overnight? No, we're going to gradually warm those temperatures overnight, so we are not looking at freezing. And if you look at all the overnight lows, we are above freezing with that rain. So that is some good news. Lisa Pierce, I'm in Maryland visiting my daughter. Have to drive home Wednesday morning to Mechanicsville. Any advice on predictions? Again, I'll put the map back up here for the snowfall amounts. Mechanicsville is 4 to 7, changing over to rain later Tuesday night. 95, Northern Virginia down into North Central Virginia is going to be a little dicey at best because it's going to be predominantly snow. 301 out of Maryland is not going to be great either. So please take it easy coming home. Just something to keep there. So that's what we're looking at. Jackie,
Matt,
you having fun with this?
Yeah, I'm reading all the comments too.
Am I missing anything?
I
Shirley from Green Bay, Virginia, southern sections of Prince Edward County, south of Farmville. You're probably more in the 4 to 7 than the 2 to 4 range there. So I'm looking also at the YouTube comments. Jacqueline Pooling.
Jacqueline Pooling.
Pooling, yes.
Janet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Janet Pooling. Boy, I said Jacqueline. What do I think Radford will get? Kind of out of our market, but I think they're 4 to 7. Janet, so something to watch there. Carolyn G. asking about Kenbridge. Kenbridge out in Lunenburg County, 2 to 4 inches of snow for you. Is Tuesday a slow accumulation day? I don't know what you mean by slow, Bobby. So I think what we're looking at is the snow to begin and it gradually picking up. And you know, I mean, a good steady accumulation type of day. So that's...
It's going to be, does he mean like the type of snow? It's going to start off more dry and fluffy and then switch over to
heavier
heavy
wet.
and wet.
Maybe that's what he's asking about as well. Yeah, so Rebecca Wyndham, when will the snow start in Henrico's West End? Again, basically looking at, you know, between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m., same across most areas. Midlothian, Chesterfield County, 4 to 7 inches. William and Mary, Williamsburg area, 2 to 4 inches, switching over to sleet and then rain, probably washing most of it away by Wednesday morning, or a lot of it away.
That is the thing, too. If you have kids that want to play in it, just don't be on the roads, but get out Tuesday because a lot of it's going to be washed away for a lot of areas, especially south of Petersburg.
All right, Bobby Darnell just kind of upped his question here. Will it take a while to accumulate? No, I think the ground will be cold enough so that once the snow starts to fall, it will start to accumulate rather good there. Let's see. Dinwiddie County, you're in the deep gray, 2 to 4 inches. Caroline County, all in the pink, 7 to 10 inches. Clarksville, you're in the green. You're going to see dusting to 2 and then change over to rain probably by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Gloucester, you are in the light gray, 4 to 7 inches, then to sleet and over to rain. So again, you're looking at the map here, folks. You want to be able to understand where you are on the map. We love to help you out, and we often do, but help us out too by knowing the county and the area you live and looking at those bands. That's why we make these colored bands, to make it good for you all. Karen Long, JMU Harrisonburg. Harrisonburg, as you see there, fully in the pink, 7 to 10 inches. So our school's going to be closed tomorrow. Gina Thompson asks, Gina, again, we don't make the call here. School's closed for wind and fog, so you can put your best guess there. So that's what we're looking at. So that's what we have. Jackie, some things you want to add? You want to go back to that discussion on the future cast? You want to go back to the temperatures?
I mean, I don't know.
Think we're good? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we explained everything.
Yeah.
I mean, other than everyone, we'll post the map too. So if you guys are unsure, you could zoom. Well, you won't be able to zoom in, but
they won't be. Yeah. Well, we can set up. I do have some sections put in here. So again, when we look at this, I just want to kind of talk about this. When we start to see that red right there, this is rain increasing from snow, right? So that's something to keep in mind. And that's at 2:30 in the afternoon, right? So that's what we're looking at there. I'll clear this off. We're going to go ahead in time. That warmer air will slowly lift its way northward. So now, not only are we looking at rain here at 5 o'clock, but it's conceivable based on these temperatures here, here, and here, that we could be looking at, I'll do a better job of that. I'll do this like that, and then this, right? So this is all rain at this point. And then this is probably starting to see sleet working on in all the way up into Petersburg. Then as we clear that off and we move ahead, I forgot that I had this tool on here, Jackie.
I forgot too, and now it's probably easier for people to understand.
Right, exactly. So here we are with the red, right? This is all rain up to Petersburg, up into Wakefield, even Farmville. And I think Richmond over to West Point and probably west, this is now all sleet into this area, right? Where everything north of this, right, this is still snow. I'm going to clear that off. We're going to go ahead now to, what time will this take us to? About 11 o'clock, I think you stopped it at?
I think 2.
11 then 2, right? Yeah.
I think 2, yeah.
So, okay, now all of this here, this in the red, this is all rain. This is what you don't want if you're a snow lover. Because now at this point, we've gotten our 4 to 7, we've gotten our 2 to 4, and now we're starting to wash it away. We're compressing it down. But look at Caroline County, look at areas like Louisa. This is still all snow and staying as snow to the west because our temperatures are cold. And we'll go ahead just a little bit more, and I'll clear that off there for you. Notice, again, that rain, whoops, hello, sorry about that, moved it too quickly. That rain line, grab my pen tool, there we go, all rain still, but snow. And so that's when we look at these forecasts here. I'm going to go all the way back to the beginning and bring up the snowfall forecast. This is that interesting area. I wish I put a pen tool on this now because I have so many ideas. Because I could have.
Do you want me to go throw it on?
You want to do that? Yeah, I'll go on to this so you can walk away there. All right, so what Jackie's going to do for me, she's going to throw a pen tool on this. And the reason why she's going to do that is that we're going to talk about these times and changeovers in this area to help you guys out a little bit more. So I think that we're looking at some good ideas here. I'm going to answer some questions. Cheryl Bland, what will Hopewell, Petersburg, and Chester get? 3 different areas, Cheryl, right? Petersburg, 2 to 4. Hopewell, probably more like 4. Chester, you're probably looking more like 4 or 5 because you're in the 4 to 7. That's one of the lines we have here where we kind of have this this change. There, Jackie just gave me my pen tool here. Awesome stuff. Holly Allen, you are very welcome. We're trying to bring this. Amy Blanton Kernan, short pump in that yellow, and that white, 4 to 7. All right, so what Jackie just did is she just gave me my pen tool here. So if I, got to begin it. Okay, there we go.
Is it not working?
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we think in the green, and I don't know if this is going to be a right color here. We're going to try. 2 p.m. or so is our changeover. Then in the deeper gray, we're looking at a changeover between 5 p.m. tomorrow evening to about 7 p.m. In the white, and it's going to be tough, I'm going to grab this here, we think the changeover could be between 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. In the pink, right, this area, grab my white pen tool, no change or very little change to sleet. And that's why those numbers are so much larger in areas to the north. And so what we could do now that Jackie gave me some extra tools is I can zoom in for you. And we can really see what we have going on here. So again, Doswell, Ashland, Glen Allen, Mechanicsville, Powhatan, Cartersville. Now we can really zoom around. Oh, Jackie's back, by the way. Hello, Jackie. Sorry. I got so excited. Thank you so much for putting the tools on.
You're welcome so much.
In that lighter gray, 4 to 7, snow to sleet. Again, that sleet time, as we just talked about here, I'll use blue, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. for that sleet to rain changeover, right? Giving it about a 3-hour window there. Let's clear that off. Let's pan the map down to the south. Areas like Petersburg, Jackie, this area you were thinking, again, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. kind of that changeover, right? 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then areas south of that, we're thinking, we're thinking 2 p.m. to maybe 4 p.m. here. And that includes all areas, I'll take that off there, all the way down to the state line. And that's your dusting to 2, right? So this kind of helps people understand all of the things we've been talking about when you're going to change over. These maps are on our social media pages. We're going to update the physical forecast. I'm going to write a special forecast discussion out for that. But the main area that you're looking at here, again, when you're looking at it all, whoops, wrong play. Let's try that one more time. There we go, a little bit tighter. Let's go into Metro Richmond. There you go. Ashland, Short Pump, Mechanicsville, City of Richmond, all of Chesterfield County, down to Colonial Heights. It's 4 to 7 inches. So a lot of you, again, asking your specific locations. This map is posted. Please go check it out because we have to get off of this. We've now been on for 40 minutes.
Wow. That's a good question. Holly has a good question. Is there any chance of a shift south before it starts?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I don't think so much of a shift south.
If anything, north.
Anything north, and of course that would then cut down on some of these accumulations that we are talking about. And what that would then do, it was that allow the warmer air to come in quicker and make those changeovers sooner. So that's kind of what we're looking at there.
Yeah.
Jackie, final thoughts on this? Are you losing your hair like I am?
No.
No?
I'm excited a little bit. I know that's not.
No, it's great. You should be excited. It's what. Look, this is what we listen to. This is what we live for, right? This
I
is.
love this stuff.
We love good, challenging forecasts for sure.
My snowflake earrings.
Go ahead. Show them up top. Let people see.
My mom got them for me. Thanks, Mom.
There you go. Shout out to Mom.
Shout out, Mom. Love you.
Mom. All right, Jackie. Any final thoughts?
No, stay off the roads tomorrow. Stay updated with the forecast. Things, I mean, I know we're getting close to the event, but things can still change. And yeah, we'll keep you updated.
We will keep you updated. We thank you all for joining us and your great questions today. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. We'll be updating the forecast at wric.com/weather in the next 5 minutes with the latest maps and our latest thoughts. Enjoy your day, everyone. Jacqueline, thank you as always.
Thank you.